So the Matrix, the red pill, and all the other accessories. Tarot, crystals, English, Spanish, all tools. All tools to allow you the opportunity to learn. I was having a conversation with my eldest a few months ago, and we were talking about the Matrix. And I said, I don't think the point is to escape the Matrix. I think even when you step out of it, it can feel detrimental. It can feel lonely. It can feel like your judgments are overly magnetized. It can be really uncomfortable. And there's no function outside of the Matrix, there's only judgment. The goal is to be able to see the Matrix for what it is. It only gets worse once you take the red pill. Because then you start seeing not only what's wrong with people, but what's wrong with you. Then you start connecting every opinion that you have in negativity towards people to yourself. Then you start asking the questions that only you can answer. So if you're engaging in the activity of paying attention to what you put on auto mode, there are certain accommodations that we make for people in circumstances, and they too evolve. Code switching is an accommodation. Not wearing braids is an accommodation if you like braids. There are adjustments that we make to allow ourselves a space of less resistance. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think a big part of what I've learned with spirit is there's nothing wrong with a lot of stuff. It just depends on how you look at it. I made a post a few weeks ago on TikTok where it was like, there is no good or bad. There's only love and the void of love. However you want to translate it, however you want to extend it to have it manifest itself into this physical world, and what good and bad look like for you, I can dissect it down to love and a void of love immediately, which has become a really empowering place for someone who used to function in anger. I came to the country when I was 7. Situations got hard for my mom in Central America, and we came here. And I don't really remember it being easier, but I don't remember knowing that it got hard either. So my mother was really good at keeping adult information for the adults. Yet the separation, the detachment, the integration, how early did I learn to accommodate others by shifting my behavior? Probably really early, especially since for a really long time I didn't speak English. And in my head, it's a really long time. It may have been a year, because I believe by the time I had finished a school year, I may not have been fluent without an accent like I am now, yet I was definitely communicating. And what separation looks like when you're first separated from your country, culture, and siblings, to then be separated from your mom, which was the only thing I'd brought with me, and how those things shaped what I accommodated in order to not prompt those feelings because I was too young to process them. In neurolinguistic programming, there is something called a negative emotion: anger, fear, shame, guilt, conflict, sadness. And recently, I've been going back to the therapy with a ex, no, she's not an ex, with an an old classmate. It's like, no, she's younger than me. She's not that's a lot. But my brain works like that a lot. And now Spirit's voice is constantly in it. I'm not complaining. I'm integrating.